Italian cuisine has become a model to be imitated worldwide, as much for the goodness, authenticity and quality of the dishes themselves as for the rich and varied ingredients and for the cooking techniques. There has always been a certain fascination around products that are harvested from the land and from tradition, not to mention the many stories that tell of how they were made and how the ingredients were searched out, prepared and consumed at home and with family members. The uniting national trait is the conviviality. The dishes and their preparation highlight striking territorial differences in terms of tradition, creativity and variety. Not only diverse from region to region, but at times they even vary from one town to another within the same district. The Italian style of eating plays a key role since food enjoyed as a social event is the cornerstone of Italian tradition. Italian food is charismatic and unique in the world, with deep and painful roots which each village, city and region from north to south, islands included, can be proud to interpret and share. Our cooking has peasant traditions, so it is simple, unsophisticated and humble, and this spirit is embodied in most of the dishes brought to the table. Nevertheless, Italy also stands out for its rich tradition of urban life in the world, and the Italian dietary habits make up the differentiating component of this divide. As a matter of fact, many dishes are named after Italian towns: Fiorentina, Genovese, Milanese, Napoletana, Parmigiana, Romana. For centuries, Italian towns have been the ideal places for top-quality cooking, and they have been renowned for local ingredients and skills, but also for power, wealth and social competitiveness, giving rise to variations, diversity and differences which pepper our gastronomic patrimony. But can we really speak about Italy as having brought about the civilization of eating? Is it a civilization that is made up of aspects that can only be expressed through food and which lead us to tell the story of our cuisine alongside the story of our nation, with its beauty and creativity as the moulding and binding element? Health, environment, quality of life. These are three more lessons that Italy can teach to the world in terms of dietary habits and traditions, as can be confirmed by the exceedingly high level of objective praise our cuisine has been given. This is why our project aims to collect, analyse, document and retell the richness of such traditions in the kitchen, leaving proof in order to recuperate the oral traditions handed down through the generations, and making it all digitally useful for the future. This is a particularly ambitious and challenging project, but at the same time it is inspiring and of great cultural, educational and promotional value. In 2009, the Chamber of Commerce of Matera set this project up with a certain vigour and determination, aimed at valorising the patrimony of the gastronomic tradition, with research, study and promotion initiatives regarding the values of the Mediterranean diet, later acknowledged in 2010 as part of the intangible patrimony of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. In 2013, after an experimental implementation study, a considerable partnership between Chambers of Commerce was born with Matera as group lead. The cohesion of the network made it possible to ensure the international validity of the project initiatives and to increase awareness, as all chambers of commerce in Italy are gifted with their own rich gastronomic traditions and culture as part of the Mediterranean diet. The initial setting up of the memory archive of the cuisine in Lucania was therefore broadened, embracing the spirit and value of the initial objectives, becoming richer still with the participation of all the new components, united in striving to promote the rich patrimony throughout Italy. The network, which includes places geographically positioned in the centre of a crisscrossing of history, goods, people, cultures, and religions, wants to promote and develop Italian cooking and ingredients through valorization initiatives. Given that Italy is the ambassador nation for this cuisine, where the dietary culture is so intrinsically founded in the Mediterranean diet. Campobasso, Frosinone, Isernia, La Spezia, Matera, Rieti, Siracusa, Taranto, Teramo, and Terni are now all part of the memory archive of Italian cuisine, thanks to the impetus of the various chambers of commerce, supported in turn by Union Camere. The project idea, called Medita, wishes to use the memory archive of Italian cuisine to celebrate and promote the Mediterranean diet, and at the same time valorize the whole territory, which exudes cultural, environmental and production excellence. The 10 territories have come together to express their goal to include the whole national environment as belonging to a tradition thousands of years old. The acknowledgement of the Mediterranean diet as an intangible patrimony of world heritage by UNESCO has enshrined the economic and social value of food that was made in Italy in terms of the production and nutrition achievements of the main foodstuffs produced, namely fruit, vegetables, pasta, wine and olive oil, cheese and baked goods. This achievement is also linked to the historical value that this dietary model has assumed in terms of quality of life and for the benefits shown by scientific studies. It is therefore important to consider these aspects deeply, and thanks to the actual link to health issues, they underline what the promotion of this kind of project can mean. This issue needs to be taken seriously and elaborated until the nutritional value can be diffused in the best way possible, so that the practices, representations, expressions and knowledge that the Mediterranean people have created and recreated over the course of centuries can be recuperated. Indeed, their synthesis between the cultural environment, social organization, and the quality ingredients gives the dignity and the value that they deserve back to the territory and the quality produce, as well as to the professions linked to the world of food in general. We must reflect on the value of the intergenerational witness that this extraordinary tale is able to offer us. So, in this way, Medita has set us off on a contemporarily rich and complex journey, creating video diaries in each province involved. They are to be considered as the foundations of a wide-reaching informative educational documentation project. With the hard work of in-field research and recipe documentation in mind, this project can be carried forward with a great sense of pride. Such a telling testimony will highlight the common uses, know-how and tastes, as well as the values that nourish the roots of everyday life of all men and women, whether farmers, shepherds, bakers, grocers, wine producers and horticulturalists. But most of all, everyday people that for centuries have been the direct beneficiaries of the healthy and joyful atmosphere of their homes on a Sunday morning. An atmosphere which has remained unchanged for centuries, and which creates unity, identity, and belonging. The filming of around 100 recipes collected by Medita retells experiences, memories, know-how, and practices. It will be appreciated in an open and liberal manner, thanks to the dissemination that can be achieved at a local, national, and international level, by the integrated use of the multimedia, to diffuse the copious material produced, also available online. An ideal journey that today links 10 provinces, but which could grow even further still. The territories are diverse and generous, each with their own particularity to be acknowledged, with an environmental, cultural and enogastronomic patrimony to be praised, to defend, to discover, to love and to cultivate, knowing the true value of tradition and shared understanding.